Hello, everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste. Om Namah Shivaya, everyone. Welcome. This is Carolyn, Jagadamba from BayOhm Yoga. How's everyone doing today? This Saturday morning, and I woke up this morning, and how I don't typically teach on Saturdays. Um, so I typically wake up and begin the meeting for the class that is on Saturday mornings. And either I practice or I just let the teacher teach the class, and then I come back and I end it and I begin my day. And I try to take a break on Saturdays because I teach almost every day of the week. But I woke up this morning, I saw the class this morning, and I was inspired by it. And it was like my body just kind of asked me to have a practice, my own practice. And so the weather outside, it's raining, it's gray. I live in a tenement building, so the lighting inside is not as bright as I would like it to be. But nevertheless, the feeling inside of my house is not gloomy at all by any means. It's actually feeling like a cocoon. It's feeling like a cradle. The feeling is like when we're in our beds and we are completely surrounded by like a down comforter or comforters or our favorite blanket, our favorite pillows, our favorite socks, our favorite pajamas. That feeling is how it feels for me in here. So thinking about moving my body and listening to my body as my body's asking me for movement. And usually Saturdays I don't practice. So I decided, well, there's nothing on the schedule. And it's Saturday. You know, some people may not be working and some may be working. Some may be home, some may not be home. So let me just record something. Let me record, a practice and share it with you guys. And hopefully you'll give it a try. So I don't want to say so much that this is my practice or my personal practice. Some of it is, a lot of it is going to be, but I am going to practice with the mindfulness that you're watching and you're practicing along with me. So make sure that you're comfortable, and if there's something that you're not comfortable doing, don't feel that you need to. And if there's something that you want to dive deeper into it, always practicing ahimsa and non-harming to the body. This is your practice. I'm sharing not my practice, but one of a practice with you, with the mindfulness that you're with me. Enjoy it. Feel as though you are being cradled. Feel as though your body is cradling you, because there is a difference there. There's physical, and then there's me, the I, the you. So come to a comfortable seat, a comfortable, easy seat. That can be cross-legged for you. That can be hero's pose, sitting on your shins. And find your sit bones on the mat evenly. Find your shoulders over your hips. Come to a tall spine, reaching through the crown of your head up towards the sky. Full disclosure, I have two bulldogs in the house, so you may hear them snoring once in a while. I apologize ahead of time. So coming to your seat, just begin to breathe natural. Nothing to do here. You can feel free to sit on a block or a blanket. You can raise your hips up off the mat so that your knees can open up just a little bit wider. Perhaps you can cross ankle in front of ankle or shin in front of shin. Breathe your natural breath here and begin to ground the body. Begin to soften your belly. Relax your shoulders, perhaps rolling your shoulders up and back and away. Take some circles with your chin. Nothing strenuous, just gentle. And when you're ready, come to stillness. Here, just find your normal breath. There's nothing else to do here. Begin to settle your body on your seat. Allow gravity to pull you closer to your mat. You can close your eyes fully or bring your view to the tip of your nose with your eyes lowered. Begin to check in with your breath, feeling the inhale and the exhale. Just notice your breath. If you'd like, you can begin to deepen. Take a nice, deep, slow breath in. And a nice, deep, slow breath out. Releasing tension in the shoulders, the chest, and the belly as you exhale. Inhale, filling your belly up with breath, allowing the chest to rise up. Exhale. Here, begin to notice the parts of your body that are moving with your breath. Again, just notice, no judgment, and don't attach a story to the movement. Just notice it. On your inhale, can you feel your body expand? And on your exhale, can you feel your body soften? Reaching towards the sky through your crown, elongating your spine, relaxing your shoulders, feeling a little bit more grounded here and a little bit more relaxed. Let's bring the palms together in front of our heart center, elbows out to the side. Lower your chin towards your chest, and here begin to set your intentions for this practice. Today we'll move, we'll warm up, and we'll sit. We'll breathe. We'll open to receive, and we'll release to let go. Releasing your hands down to your lap, palms down, raising your head, chin parallel to the ground. Removing whatever you have from your seat. Gently open your eyes, make that adjustment. For today's practice, I have 2 blocks and I have a strap just in case I need them. Feel free to also incorporate a blanket if you need it. So we're going to begin by opening up gently. So come into a butterfly posture. So bringing the soles of your feet together. Try not to have your heels too close to your body. See if you can move your heels just slightly up. Come to a tall spine, crown reaching up towards the sky. Let's inhale our arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our torso forward, folding at the hip, coming down as far as you can, where it's comfortable for you. Releasing your forearms down onto the mat, and your gaze is towards your toes. Let's stay here for about 10 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. See if you can reach through your crown to elongate the spine further. Inhale. Exhale 3. This is where you can go deeper if you feel you want to. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Very gently begin to walk your hands back, lifting your torso back up to a seat. Place your hands against the outside of your knees and straighten your legs. And here you can bounce your knees up and down. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Place your hands behind you, fingers facing away from your back. Then you can begin to windshield wipe your knees to the left and then to the right. To the left and then to the right. One more time to the left. And one more time to the right. And good. Now bring the soles of your feet back together again in butterfly. So bring the heels in close to your body where it's accessible to you. Interlace your fingers. Place your toes in the palms of your hands and straighten your spine. Lift your chest. Look up towards the sky. Close your eyes. Stay here for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Release your toes. Cross one shin in front of the other and come into your tabletop. Place your wrists underneath your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Open your knees generously where you feel you may need to. Bring your toes to touch behind you. Let's come into our first child's pose of the practice. This is an active resting posture. So bring your seat towards your feet. If you need to put a blanket or a block there, if you have any space, feel free to do so. Lower your chest down gently. Place one hand in front of your forehead, right underneath your forehead rather, the other hand on top, making a pillow with your hands here. Bring your forehead onto your hands. Stay here for a few breaths. On your next inhale, let's come back into our tabletop. Here, let's do some nice cat-cows to just get some mobility and movement into the spine. So as we inhale, let's bring our belly button down towards the mat, lifting our tailbone up towards the ceiling and lifting our head and our chest up for the cow. Inhale here. Exhale, round your back, pushing away from the mat gently. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Do 5 more, moving with your own breath. We'll do one more. On your next inhale, come back into your flat back tabletop. Extend the right leg back, coming onto your toes, and begin to open up your toes against your mat and start pulsing back and forth to get a nice stretch in that right leg, the calf of the right leg. Spread the toes. You can roll from the big toe to the small toe and back. Begin to stretch the toes out. And when you're ready, switch to the other side. Bringing the left leg back, stretching the toes, pulsing, getting a nice stretch in the calf muscle. And the toes, rolling the toes from the big toe to the small toe and back. Now from here, bring both knees together side by side. We're going to go into our hero's pose. Come to sit on your shins. Tall spine, straight back. Pull your shoulders back, relax your shoulders. Place the palms of your hands on your lap, palms down. See if you can have the toes touch behind you with the heels in as best as possible. Stay here for about 5 breaths. Now from here, I want to play with doing this same posture but extending one leg at a time. In my own practice, I like to play with certain postures bit by bit just to give myself a chance to open up and maybe deepen it a little bit more. So I'm going to come onto a tabletop and I'm going to extend my right leg in front of me. And then very gently, I'm going to begin to sit. I'm going to tuck actually the toes of my left foot. And then I'm going to start to sit on that heel gently, right? So do this very gently. We have to be comfortable here. Roll that right foot back so that the foot is now flexed. And then untuck the toes and see if you can come down. Keep your hips squared. You may have to tent your hands at your side at first to find your balance. And as best you can, find a tall spine. You can use your blocks here. Everything is active here, even your core, if you tighten your belly. And then when you're ready, roll to the left. And extend the left leg. And roll to the left. And tuck the right one back behind you. Okay, so we're going to come right back onto that leg. So be really gentle. If this isn't something that you want to try, feel free to come back into your easy seat and cross your shins. Just have a tall spine, placing your hands on your lap, closing your eyes. This has even worked for me to try to find that balance so I can have my back nice and tall. And when you're ready to let it go, lean over to the right and extend the right leg out in front of you. Separate the ankles a little bit. Begin to roll your ankles in both directions, wiggling your toes. These things can be a little, trying, but I like to try. It's how I work my way into different postures. So now from here, let's come back into our tabletop. And this time we're going to go back into that seat, but we're going to open up the knees. So the heels and the feet are going to be out to the side, and then we're going to draw our seat right back down so that our heels are on the outside of our hips. This may not be accessible to you right now, so what you can do is you can place blocks underneath your seat to raise yourself up, and just begin training yourself, training your body, because that's what this is. This is letting your body know what's to come, right? So we do that very gently. We do that in stages. So place one block under your seat, right? And if that feels good, where your heels are right outside of your hips, tall spine, we can stay here and allow the opening to happen. If you need a higher seat, add another block or a blanket on top of the block. You can place your hands on the heels of your feet, tall spine. And then for those who want to try and deepen this seat, you can remove the block or try it without the block. This is something that I've been working on for a very long time. And again, it's up to your comfort here. You want to watch the knees. You want to make sure that you're not going to hurt your knees. If it's too much for the knees, stop immediately. And just come into your hero's pose. Or come into your easy seat. If you're in the squat here, if you're in that seat, take 2 more breaths and then just come out of that seat, gently leaning forward. Leaning over to one side, bringing both legs in front of you now and coming back into your Sukhasana, your easy seat. So I'm going to face you now. So from here, we're going to begin to warm up our bodies. Doing some Surya Namaskars. So I want you to come to the front of your mat, but I want you to transition gently. Right? In my own practice, I work on, and I'm constantly doing that, where going from one posture into the other fluidly. So we can cross our shins in front of one shin in front of the other. We can roll forward, come into our tabletop first. Right? Knee under hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Now I'd like for you to walk your hands 1 hand distance in front of where your hands are placed now. Bring the tips of your fingers to the mat. Spread your fingers generously. Your pointers typically face forward. Then your knuckles and then the palms of your hands. You can tuck your toes, and on your next inhale, bring your hips up towards the sky, pushing the mat away, trying to bring your heels towards the mat. Take some breaths here. You can pedal your feet, bending one knee at a time. Taking some movement that feels good for you. Bring that left foot towards the center as we go up into our 3-legged dog. Inhale, raise that right leg up behind you, pointing your toes. Bend that knee and open up your hip to the side. We'll take 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Straighten the leg. Bring that leg down to the mat, squaring the hips off. Place that right leg in the center. Inhale, left leg up, pointing those toes. Bend the left knee, open the hips up to the side. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Straighten the legs, square the hips up. Release the leg down to the mat. Let's inhale forward into a plank or push-up. Shoulders over our wrists. On an exhale, release your knees, your chest, and your chin to the mat. Elbows facing the back of the room. Inhale, flatten the body, lift up into an upward dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale here. Inhale, bring that right foot to the front of the mat. Exhale, left foot to follow. Now we're in a standing forward fold with a slight bend at the knee. Release the upper body down. Bend the knees. Inhale, roll up vertebra by vertebra. Bringing the arms up in a reverse swan dive. Palms to touch over your head. Exhale, palms to heart center. Stand here. Close your eyes for a moment. And let's prepare for some Surya Namaskars. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms and bring the arms above the head. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down, bend the knees. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, right leg back. Don't drop the knee. Keep the knee lifted. Inhale, both arms up. Breathe here for 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Release the hands down to the mat. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin down to the mat. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg back up to the front of the mat. Left to follow. Exhale. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, palms together down to the heart center. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll begin again on the next inhale. Inhale, arms up towards the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, swan dive down, knees bent, hands to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. That back heel is lifted. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Releasing the hands down to the mat. Inhale. Plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back up to the front of the mat. Exhale, right to follow. Forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, arms up. Inhale, open up to the side. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Arms forward. Inhale. Exhale, release down. Come into a downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale that right leg back up to the front of the mat. Exhale, left to follow. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, arms up. Swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg back. Arms up. Inhale, open up to the left side. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Strong leg. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Bring the hands down to the mat. Inhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Bring that left leg back up to the front of the mat. Right leg to follow. Exhale here. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Swan dive your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, right leg back. Left leg back to follow. Downward facing dog. Now from here, I want to play with having a slight twist, opening up in our downward facing dog. So I've been playing with this for a couple of weeks now. You can try it with me if you like. If not, feel free to come into your child's pose. If you want to try, inhale your right leg back, pointing the toes. Bend the knee and see if you can begin to open the body up. Lift your head and see if you can see that right foot past your left shoulder. And just be here. Inhale the leg up. Exhale, release down. Let's try it with the other side. So inhale the left leg up, pointing the toes. And as we exhale, let's open up that hip, releasing, bending the knee. And see if you can see that left foot right underneath your right armpit. Then hold here. And release the left leg down. Come into your child's pose. You can stack one fist on top of the other and rest your forehead here. Let's take about 5 nice breaths here. And when you're ready, you could bring yourself up back to a seat, bring your knees together, and come to sit in hero's pose. And so the next one I want to work on is planks. I want to work on some strength, right? For those of us that have like a headstand practice or want to work our way there, strength is really important. Core strength is very important. Shoulder strength is very important. Arm. So we're going to just play with some planks and some movements, right? Just to build up a little bit more heat at the core. And then let's work on some dolphins after that. That is a good preparation for a headstand. So come onto your mat, come onto your belly. And as you come to your belly, rock from side to side so that your hips are square on the mat. And then from here, lower your chest and let's bring the fingertips right underneath the shoulders. Let's tuck the toes. All right, so we'll have some options here. We'll go into a full plank or a push-up posture. So lifting your body up and trying to keep your hips leveled with your shoulders, right? See if you can shift your body forward and hold here, tighten your bellies. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the knees and lower down. Now, about the planks, right? Or holding like the push-up posture. So when we're in that posture, what you want to feel and what you want to work on is tightening. I know that in yoga and in the practice, we work on softening, right? We work on opening. We work on letting go. However, there are a lot of postures that require strength. And so we have to work on that part of our bodies, right? So for me personally, one of the movements and exercises that have always helped me generate heat, and have really good strength to hold certain postures are planks or push-up postures. So the first one is just a regular push-up posture, so we can come back into it. Right now, placement of the hands, the fingers, all of that matters. You know, in yoga, alignment is really important, so that way we can fit into the posture. I once heard that the postures do not require alignment. It is us that requires alignment. And when you think about it, it makes perfect sense. So keeping that in mind, keeping your wrists underneath your shoulders, your fingers generously open. Right, you can start the way we do in downward facing dog, the tips of the fingers, the knuckles, the palms of the hands. Then we can bring our feet back, lift up. Most of us, when we go into a push-up or a plank, our heels are like pushing back behind us. I've noticed that, right? And you see how my butt is up in the air? So what happens is, one, we're not in the posture properly, so we're really not getting the full benefits of it. However, if you lean forward, I find that your hips come down more. They're able to come and align properly better. And then your weight shifts, and now you really feel your chest becomes active, your arms, your shoulders. Squeeze your buttocks, squeeze the muscles in your legs, squeeze your belly. Hold here for 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release the knees, come back to sit. Hero's pose. Did you feel that? Right? I'm hot. Okay, so that's the plank. Try to work as best as possible on maintaining, even if you put your phone on, record yourself and look at your alignment. You'll be able to catch it, right? I know it's hard because we're not in the studio, but now that we are doing everything virtually, so you might as well record your practice and take a look at it. Go back to the beginning without judgment, without that, oh my God, it'll happen. But just know that you're doing this so that way you can see yourself and be mindful, right? So now we're going to incorporate some movement into that. So I'll do it first and then you guys can get into it. So we'll do 2 on each side. All right. For now, I'm just going to demo it for you. So we're going to come into our planks and then we're going to lift each knee towards the elbow, keeping the entire body nice and straight, tight and active. We're just moving that leg with a lot of control, placing it back. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, back. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, back. All right. So let's get into the posture. I'll face you. Come into our plank. Inhale, left knee to left elbow. Exhale, back. Inhale, right knee, right elbow. Exhale, back. Inhale, left. Exhale, back. Inhale, right. Exhale, back. Come. Drop the knees. Hero's pose. How'd that feel? I am good to go. I'm hot and I'm sweating. That feels really good. I feel my biceps really active right now. So this is perfect to go into our dolphins. So dolphins are a preparation for headstand. Excuse me. So how do we get into a dolphin? So come to the mat. Again, we're in hero's pose. One of the ways that I was taught. And again, excuse me. There's different ways of doing things. Every teacher has their way of teaching. I learned a certain way when I first began my practice at my first studio. I learned how to go into a supported headstand using blocks. Then I went into my training. I learned how to go into a headstand by doing dolphins. I didn't know to do dolphins before that. I didn't know that dolphins were part of the composition of a headstand practice in order to strengthen and build, right? So every class you take with every teacher, Christopher says it, Satya says it, and I say it. I think all of us collectively feel that way. We all have a different way of teaching. So the way I go into it may not be the way Chris goes into it, the way Satya goes into it, the way a lot of other teachers go into it. And never judge to the point where you're like, well, my teacher didn't do it that way. No, you know what? Be open to it. That's all it's about. It's about being open. It's about receiving the teachings. It's not the teacher. It is the teachings. And the same way that we all have different ways of learning. Some people are readers and they can get it. And some people are doers. I need to get my hands into it in order for me to understand it and get it. Some teachers, we all teach different. So, come to measure your hands by placing your hands into your elbows. Come back into like your tabletop, but this time you're just going to place your elbows underneath your shoulders, right? You can bring your knees back just a little more so that your knees are under your hips. Take your glasses off. From here, you can open up your hands. You have options here. You can bring your hands to prayer pose. You can interlace your fingers, or you can place your hands on the mat, fingers nice and wide and spread open, so you can use this as part of your foundation. Then tuck the toes in. Inhale, lift up into a downward facing dog. This is a dolphin, right? So from here, This is what a dolphin looks like. On an inhale, we're going to fill up with breath. And on the exhale, we're going to bring our chin past our thumbs. Or right at the thumbs, depending on how you have your hands. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Maintaining a nice straight spine. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Let's do 2 more. Inhale back. Tighten the bellies. Exhale forward. 1 more. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Drop the knees. Come back into your hero's pose. So this strengthens your arms, your shoulders. It generates heat in your upper back. It works your core. It works your glutes. It works your quads. It works the whole body. Because for headstand, for Sirshasana, you need the entire body to cooperate. The entire body is involved in that. So if you have a headstand practice, feel free to go into your headstand practice. If you do not have a headstand practice, let's practice 6 more dolphins together. And then when we're done practicing our dolphins, those of you that are going into a headstand, come down. Please stay into your child's pose for about 5 to 8 breaths, and then you can come back up. Let's prepare for our dolphins. So bringing our head in between our biceps. Inhale. Exhale, push forward. Inhale back. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Drop the knees. Come back into your hero's pose. Those of you in a headstand, please come down. Go into your child's pose. Everyone can meet now in child's pose. Take about 5 breaths. And when you're ready, come to meet me on your bellies or on your mat. So from here, I wanted to work a little bit in our Dhanurasana, our bow pose. I've been working on flexibility of my spine, lifting my chest higher, and perhaps holding just a little bit longer. So let's just begin to warm that part of us up. Okay. So lower your body down. Bring your fingers underneath your shoulders. Okay, we're going to go into an upward facing dog. And I want you to stay really active at your lower body. So tightening your buttocks, tightening your legs, and even using the tops of your feet to push against the mat. Elbows tucked in to the side, facing the back wall behind us. Our gaze is at the mat. On a strong inhale, push yourself up, away from the mat, into your upward facing dog. Bringing your gaze up, active feet. You'll notice there's less pressure on your lower back once you activate all the muscles in your lower body. And exhale, lower down. Good. Separate the knees and bend the knees here, bringing your feet, the soles of your feet to face the ceiling. Reach behind you, grab onto your right foot, and then reach behind you, grab onto the left. Bring your gaze in front of you onto the mat, or forehead onto the mat. And the action here is going to be pulling our feet back, lifting our head and our chest up. Inhale deeply, pull the feet back, lift head and chest up. And release. Make a pillow. With your hands, place your right cheek. Bring your toes to touch behind you, heels out. Take about 5 breaths here. We will go up one more time. So preparing yourself as we get into the posture, I'm going to focus on finding some stillness in that, even if it's for a few seconds. Just trying to see if I don't allow my body to rock so much with my breath. All right, so that's what I'm going to work on. You can work on either pulling back further, lifting your head and your chest, opening your shoulders, or just taking it where it's comfortable for you. If you can, if it's not accessible for you to reach behind you, what you can do is bring your hands underneath your shoulders, bend the knees, point the toes, and just lift your body up and keeping the knees bent, rolling the head back. This is a good way to begin that movement. Okay? Let's prepare. This is another posture where shoulder flexibility is really important. As you're ready, inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Make a pillow with your hands, left cheek on the hand, toes to touch, heels out behind you. Let's come into a child's pose. Just be here. You can place a block under your head if it's better for you. For me, it works because I have a mic, so my upper body isn't pressing onto the ground. Nice. Don't be afraid to inhale deep and sigh it out. And then when you're ready, let's come back into an easy seat. Arrive there however you'd like to. Okay, so let's work now on some stretching and some opening here. So we'll begin bringing the ankles wide. Lift your seat and see if you can use your heels to kind of rock your booty back, right? So that you are really on your sit bones. This is a really nice way for me to tell them on my sit bones. And then bring both feet flexed. Have a nice tall spine. You can bring your props in front of you if you feel that you may need them. All right, so we're going to go into a forward fold here. We're going to fold at the hips. So as open as comfortable for you, as forward as is comfortable for you. This is another exercise to open up the inner thighs, to open up the hips, to open up the hamstrings. So this will help us and support us in going into our pigeons or into our swans or our supine pigeons, things of that nature. Ready? So having a nice whole spine. Inhale deeply. And as we exhale, let your hands slide down your shins and let it stop wherever you can reach. That's where you go. If you can bring your forearms down in front of you, feel free to do that. Or you can Bring the blocks close to you. Bring the forearms right on top of the blocks. You can keep your hands in prayer posture. Feet are flexed, chest is lifted, chin is lifted, so we're not hunched over. We're open. Just hold here. See here where you're holding on to. Are you holding on to your buttocks? Are you tightening your legs? Wherever you can find that tension, see if you can softly just relax it while still keeping the feet active. Prepare to come back up into our seat. And bringing the soles of the feet together to touch. You can assist by putting your hands underneath your knees and pulling your knees up. And coming back into that forward fold with the soles of your feet together touching. On your next inhale, raise yourself up. Bring the knees together. Extend the legs. Bounce the legs. Alrighty, so let's tuck the left foot in to the inner right thigh. And then extend that right leg out to the side. We're going to go into a side stretch here. I want us to start working on stretching and opening up from the side, working on our twists. So as you're ready, let's inhale that right arm all the way up, lifting the rib cage up. And as we exhale, let's begin to lower that right arm down as far as you can get it. If it lands on your shin and you can hold onto your foot, beautiful. If it lands right here or on the outside, if it's more comfortable to bring the elbow to the outside of that right knee, great. The idea here is to start twisting to the side, right? Hold on to either your ankle, your shin, just to have something to touch, to connect with. That left shoulder, roll it back, and then inhale that left arm up. Feel that stretch from the left hip right at the back here. All the way through. You can come as far to the side as you can or that it's comfortable for you. Inhale, come back up. And now, turn towards the left and lower your upper body down for a counter twist. Tenting your hands. And lift up. Come to center. Opposite side, let's bring the right foot in. Extend the left foot out. Inhale that left arm up. And as we exhale, come into that little twist here. If you can hold into your toe with your finger, great. Open up that right shoulder. Open up the chest. And reach that right hand up and then out to the side. Don't let your head sink all the way down. Keep it close to that arm if you like. And inhale up. Bring the foot in. Ooh, that was good. Okay, so now I want to give our lower back a break. So come onto your backs and bring your block with you. We're going to go into a supported bridge, releasing any tension in the lower back. So come to lie down. Extend the legs for a moment. Release your arms out to the side. Palms up just for a few breaths here. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, bending the knees, making sure that they're aligned with your hips. Hold on to your block. Inhale, push against the mat, come into your bridge. Place that block on level 1 underneath your lower back, the sacral lumbar spine. Yeah. And then release your back to the block. Release your hands out, 45-degree angle, palms up. Let's just stay here and allow gravity to do the work. You can close your eyes. If it feels good and you want to maybe deepen this a little bit, bring the soles of your feet together and allow your knees to open to the side. I want us to work on releasing and giving our lower back a break. And then I want us to practice Chakrasana, which is the boat pose. So from here, I'm going to lift up. We can gently come back into our bridge, remove the block and lower down gently. And for those of you that have a boat practice, Chakrasana, feel free to begin to come into it. For those of you who want to try, you're more than welcome to try. And for those of you that you're good, this feels really good for you, separate your feet out to the sides of your mat and then bring your knees to touch. Place your hands out to the side at a 45-degree angle and hang out right here because this feels yummy. It does, right? So if you want to practice the boat pose, so same thing as we were going into our bridge, right? So we're aligning our knees with our hips, okay? We're going to take our hands, we're going to bring them behind us, palms down, and our fingers are facing our shoulders out to the side, right? But our elbows are in, right? And with control, because as we go up, we need a lot of control here, all right? So we're not going to go into it haphazardly, very mindfully. We'll go into it bit by bit, all right? So let's prepare ourselves. Let's just imagine ourselves in the posture. And then as you're ready, on an inhale, lift all the way up into your bridge. It's like lifting your navel towards the ceiling. Inhale, pushing your feet away, lifting up. When you're ready, tuck your chin. Exhale, release down slowly. Head, vertebra by vertebra. Lift up on your toes. Release the back. Bring your hands out to the side at a 45-degree angle. Release your legs. Extend them in front of you. Make circles with your wrists in both directions. Let your feet relaxed. Heels out. Heels in, toes out. Take some nice deep breaths here. Bring some stillness to your body. Inhale. Bring both knees toward your chest. Keep your lower back on the mat. Here, take some movement that feels good to you. Rocking from side to side. Or making circles with your knees. When you're ready, keeping both knees together, feet together, ankles together, let's release both knees to the left, opening our shoulder to the right, and bringing our gaze to our right hand. You can keep that left hand on your thigh, or you could extend it out to the side and just allow yourself to open here and be for about 10 breaths. Inhaling, both knees back to center, and exhaling, knees over to the right. Bringing your gaze to the left hand. Inhale, both knees back to center. Hug your knees in. Lift your head, tuck your chin into your chest, and just roll up here. Rock yourself back and forth. And when you're ready, come into a seat. Come back into your easy seat, a comfortable seat, cross leg, shin in front of shin or ankle in front of ankle, lotus or half lotus. It's inhale, roll our shoulders up. Exhale, release them back. Bringing the palms of our hands, right hand into the left, thumbs to touch at the very tip, gently and softly. Let's settle the body in our seat. Connect with your breath without judgment. Is it fast? Is it shaky? Is it soft, smooth? Reaching your crown towards the sky, elongating your spine. Feel free to sit on your blanket, bolster, or block. This is your comfortable seat. The idea here is just to find stillness and allow our bodies to settle so that the prana, the energy from the practice, settles deeper into the body. Close your eyes, allowing the mind to relax and rest. And just be here. I'm really happy that you joined me for this practice. I realized as I sat working and looking at my mat before I began, just because the weather outside seems down and gloomy and dreary, that wasn't matching how I was feeling on the inside. On the inside, I felt light, bright, safe, loved. It felt really good. And now as we come to sit here at the end of our practice, it goes back to that philosophy or theory that nothing outside of us really changes. Everything really is within. And although you look outside now, things don't look great, how do you feel now inside, right now in this moment? Perhaps the inside doesn't match the outside, and that's beautiful right now. Know that throughout this time of crisis, of quarantine, in times of confusion, in times of trouble, we can always remember that we can always come to our mat and find comfort there, find comfort in our own selves. Become aware of how we're breathing, appreciate our bodies, feel our heartbeats. It has a way of bringing things into perspective. And I'm really humbled and happy that I can come to my mat. And I can bring it to my mat and I can leave it on my mat. And everything that I've learned on the mat stays with me when I roll it up and put it away. May this be the same for you in any way that it needs to be. Bringing the palms of the hands together in front of our heart center. Let's end this class with a chant of Om.